Hello, hello, beautiful soul. Happy to be here with you today again. Today we're going to talk about a subject, that comes often in the Dream Builder class, and that is losing weight. So, the first thing that generally a person in the class that wants to lose weight says, I just can't lose weight. And so number one, words are very important, and words stay in your mind and become your reality. So when you say, I can't lose weight, you already made that decision that you can. So how do you expect to lose weight? You already decided that you can. And so, maybe a better thing to do, which I tell them, is maybe rewarded into, up until now, I have not been able to reach the weight goal that I have in mind. And can you, so I would like some idea on how to do it. And then, second thing, very important, is to really be committed to losing weight. So that means not having the rush of being thinner in your mind. You're committed to lose weight, and you're going to take the amount of time that it's needed in order to lose weight and not regain it. So it's not going to be a 3 months crash diet. It's not going to be, a trip to some distant land where they have a special herb that is going to make. It's going to be a commitment for life, all right? Because a diet is a way of eating. And so at some point, you have lost the capacity to listen to your body and feed it what it wants. And it's not your fault, believe me. I mean, I'm not from this country, so I can see how difficult, how much harder it will be to stay thin, because the social life, everything, food is the central part of life, and including social life often. But, when we go in pubs or, people's houses, snacking is a big thing here. Fried food is a big thing. And so, every now and then, everything is okay. But when it becomes, a regular thing, then it's harder, because pretty soon you find that you have gained weight, and you also your body is off whack. It is not really able to manage. So that's one, again, put in your mind that you are going to change yourself, because you cannot lose weight if you don't become a different person. And that's usually very difficult, because sometimes, your associative friend that know you this way, love you this way, and the idea that you will be a different person, it scares them. And so be careful to, sharing this goal too much, because sometimes, share it with people that, that will support you, and not so much with everybody, because maybe they say, come on, let's go, have pizza, whatever, and you look fine, we love you, whatever, and it makes it much harder. So if you are very committed, though, your mind is set, right? The power of a set mind, you will lose weight, and there is no way around. The simple fact that you want to lose weight means that you can. You can. You just have to learn how to go about losing weight. So again, here we are. I have my bullet here, and I tend to go off track. Pay attention to your words. First thing, what you tell yourself. I feel like most people, even if they say, I can lose weight, and I say, then just, if you are decided, and that's who you are, love yourself. That's who you are. And stop thinking about losing weight, because you already decided you can. And so don't think about it anymore. Eat what you want, whatever. And just stopping to think about that you can't probably will make you lose weight. Truly. It's this constant stress that you have to lose weight that makes it worse, right? So either how many times have you heard? You can if you think you can. Either if you think you can or you think you can't, you are right both time. And so we have heard this phrase in a million different ways, right? But it is true, because the power of your mind is the strongest thing. So once you make a decision, that decision will stay. But I know you have, at some point in your life, you have made a decision that resulted in what you wanted. It's just because maybe you were inflamed with a passion. You really wanted to learn that instrument, and you did it. You practiced over and over and over until you have blister in your finger, and you did, and you got that tune that you love out of your guitar, and you continue, and now you play guitar beautifully. Or even a video game, right? I mean, you put me in front of a video game. I remember my son trying, and I couldn't even go up the stairs, and I was just keep bumping. And so I feel, how are these people? I would watch him, and it was like watching an interactive movie. It was like so amazing. So, if you really are passionate about it, you are going to achieve what you want. And you are not thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to learn this video game, this is not going to happen. And my friend, you are committed. You're going to learn that video game. You're going to go through hours of exploring, bumping into things, and trying to change the setting or whatever, and you are going to learn the video game. So you are going to lose weight. Decide that. So watch all the time what you're telling yourself. And if the thought comes that, oh, I am overweight, and I'll never say, no more of this. I made a decision. I'm going to lose weight. And I'm going to make it. It's not easy. I'm not telling you it's easy. I absolutely, know that it's not easy. My dad, was heavy, and he, oh my gosh, he struggled. He struggled for 60 years. And, for a while I was his dietitian, and and he would always cheat. And I would find him, and I would tell him, you're only cheating yourself. Right? So that's the thing. You have to be honest with yourself, and you will fail. You don't have to trash yourself because you failed, but try not to fail too much, because you don't want to allow yourself to be very loose, because it'll take some time, and it takes to be a little rigorous about what you want. And it's not that you have to. So again, you are not doing the crash diet. You are just revising your diet, and that will be the diet, the way, the schedule that you will carry on the rest of your life, and you will slowly, find out what works for you, right? And what are the nutritious food that you like the most, and what are the recipe. Actually, I have a couple of videos that teach you very simple and good recipe. So there you go. So it's a lot of change in many ways, right? Because you have to truly, even cooking is no big deal. There are so many good, simple recipes that you can do yourself. It's just a habit. And right now, the internet is full of recipe, very simple. It might seem intimidating, so you can feel I'm overwhelmed. Well, initially you're not going to be cooking for yourself, maybe, and you'll buy food, but you still make better choices, right? And you will start thinking, okay, if I snack all day long, I don't know how much food at the end of the day I put in my body, how many calories I put in my body, right? So snacking is probably not the best thing in many ways, because sometimes when we snack a lot, we don't even eat the right things, right? I have the problem too at times, because I love cheese and bread. So, I have gone through a period where that's my diet, is being cheese, bread, and salad. And it might seem like that's not too bad. Well, if you only eat that though for months and months and months, and so especially during the pandemic, it's so difficult, and I worked a lot, and that was my go-to. It's not the worst, I guess, but your body needs more than cheese, bread, and salad. So we need to be aware of that and listen to your body. I had to start eating meat that I generally don't eat very much, but my body said, we we need meat. And so every now and then I give it meat, even though it's not something that I particularly go to. So as you create your diet, you get better at listening to your body, what it wants and what doesn't want. Try to have regular meals more than snacking all day long. Definitely have regular meals, and after a while you'll settle what works for you. Like when I was younger, I had 4 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. I have a little snack in the afternoon. As I grew older, I noticed that I don't need to eat. Actually, I don't do well eating so close to each other, so many meals. So for me, it's easier to have a nice breakfast around 8, and then I won't eat lunch until 3. Sometimes, I'll have a snack at 3 o'clock, and then I'll have a full dinner much earlier. That didn't exist in my country when I was young, but I do very well with just 2 meals a day. A good breakfast, and then a pretty good very early dinner. My time I eat with my dogs. I eat at 5. And having 2 meals a day, and maybe a little snack. Also, I love to drink latte. That's almost a meal because I like whole milk. So in the afternoon, if I have a latte, my belly is full. And so everything that works very well for me, and I have the most energy with it, and I stay alert all day long, and so on. So as you go through it, if you're younger, you probably need more meals, but you will find out what is that makes me feel the best with time, right? All these things take a long time. It's not going to happen in a day. Another very important thing is to visualize yourself as the person that you want to be. Okay, you're going to be living as the person that you want to be, because you need to get used to the fact that you will be a different person than you are now. So visualization is a fantastic tool. I just love visualization, and it's so effective, and it sticks in your mind. For example, if you do it with maybe you're listening to a piece of music you like, maybe sometimes you could be listening to a podcast that you like. And at the same time, you probably a podcast is a little bit harder because you listen to a podcast instead of your thoughts. But if you have a piece of music that you like and you start visualizing yourself, anywhere you want to be, some places you really like to be, and you start walking. That's always the thing. Maybe you are in a beautiful city by the ocean, or maybe you are in the woods, or you are on a beach. And so you start walking, and it's who you are now. But then as you walk, you start shrinking. Your body starts changing shape, and you're getting a little bit thinner, and you're getting more muscular, or so on. And you keep having that vision until finally, you are the way that you are. Maybe you jump in the water and swim, or you start running, or whatever you want to do, right? Think about what will it mean, to be that person. And it might mean that you feel better, you have more energy, you can play more with your children, or with your grandchildren, or with your friends, and you are now doing all sorts of sports that you weren't doing because you were heavy. And obviously it's harder when the extra weight is a lot more than just a little bit, right? So, but it still can happen. I've seen it happen, and so it just might take even longer. But the best thing is to really say, I don't want to be this person anymore, and I am advancing toward being the person or the weight that I want to be. Naturally, if I gain 100 plus pounds, and at my age, it might be a little bit harder to shrink back to when I was 18, right? even without gain pound, it's hard to be the way that you were when you were 18. So don't be disappointed if when you do lose weight, and then there are other things to address a little bit, because obviously your skin is stretched and you need to start exercising, and if you are older it will take longer, like everything, but it's amazing. I have seen so many people in my work even that have lost that weight and kept it down, and the transformation was incredible, right? So with determination, you have that power. You have the power to do it. So visualization is very important. And another thing that I think is very important is to replace, your habit of snacking, and eating is very physical. You taste it, you see it, and you touch it. So you have to try to replace it with something. Like, for example, if when you come from work and you are used to have quite a snack or start snacking before dinner, you have to fill that time with something else. And anything. You could be playing a video game, or do a puzzle, or draw, whatever. Even knitting. Knitting is a great thing because it takes brain power to learn to knit, and it's visual, so you get something out of that, and it can be even useful. I had a friend that did that. He started knitting. He was a gentleman, and we were young. And anyway, he started knitting, and he started this big scarf, and it was so long that he ended up getting 2 blankets out of it. and then he cut it and sew it together, and then put the blanket attached to each other, and had a very nice warm and heavy blanket for the winter. And that was like his trophy and his remembrance is that he did it, and he really had to lose quite a bit of weight. So do something that will keep you busy with your hand, or if you're a person that really like to run or do physical thing, then those are great things to do after work instead of on snacking. And slowly you will see that just not thinking negative about it, not deciding that you can't lose weight, will make a difference. Right? Just that, and then everything else slowly will come together. You'll start looking at videos or recipe online. I have a couple of recipes in my videos. They're very easy and good, fun to make, and delicious to eat. So you maybe start cooking a little bit. Maybe initially, if you're not a person that already cooks, it can be pretty overwhelming. But really, once you start, it's not that hard to cook, especially if you're doing a diet that is, pretty. You don't do a very complicated meal. You can do a quick stir fry with rice or things in tortilla. Just give yourself a pat on the back and say, I have decided for my dream, and I know I can do it, and I know you can do it. You have power in you. So always tell yourself how amazing you are, and make the decision, and I know you can do it. See you soon to your dreams.